today I'm filming my Hit It or Quit It thoughts on hauls number 58. If you guys have never seen one of these videos from me before, I'll have my playlist linked down below. And basically I am going to be reviewing all the products I featured in a haul video 10 months back to let you know my current thoughts on those products. Oftentimes when you see something featured in a haul, you never hear it mentioned again unless it's in a favorite or an empties. So that's why I like to review every single item that I hauled. I will have my original haul video linked down below. I will also list and link all of the products. This is a really big haul, so I'm going to get started. So first I had purchased a few things from Sephora, and the first thing I picked up was a Sephora Baby Z palette, and if I remember correctly, I think I bought 2 of these because they were on clearance at my local Sephora inside JCPenney. I don't know that this size is available any longer. This size, I believe, retails for $10. It's the Baby Z palette, so you can fit 12 or 13. I managed to fit another in there. 12 or 13 regular size single shadows. I love using this particular size when I'm making my Z palette for the season, which is what I have here. These are all of the single shadows that I wanted to reach for in the springtime. Depending on the season, I do need something a little bit larger. So I do really love this size, but overall I do recommend the large size because you can just fit more in it. But I am really happy that I have this, and when it was $10 even, that's a phenomenal price. So I'm very happy that I have this, and I prefer the Z palette brand for magnetic palettes because they do have that clear window. I know that other brands sometimes will have a mirror inside, which is fantastic, but I just love the clear window. That way it makes me reach for my palettes more, and I do have so many Z palettes that way I'm able to tell which is which because some of the ones I have are the same pattern. So anyway, I think that's great quality. I absolutely love it. The next thing I have is the Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. And in this palette you have these 2 metallics and the rest of the shades are mattes. I really do enjoy the metallics. The mattes, however, are not my favorite. I feel like I really have to layer them and build them up, which is not my favorite thing to do. I prefer eyeshadows that are very pigmented from the jump, and these just require a little too much building. So this is a palette that I wish I didn't buy. It's not terrible quality, but the colors are so similar to the ColourPop Yes Please palette, which I much prefer the formula of, so this is not something that I needed. I have a couple other of the Mini Obsessions palettes and I don't love them, but I do have Desert Dusk and Nude, and I really like that formula, so I'm not sure if it's because of the colors or if the formulas of the matte shadows really are different or not, but the Mini Obsessions palettes in general are not my favorite, but I'm hoping to get some use out of that because I do like the colors, but I definitely could have done without it. Then I had gotten a 100-point perk of the Belif True Cream Aqua Bomb. This is in my current sample project pan. I have only a few uses left. This is an amazing moisturizer for oily skin. This is perfect for me for the daytime all year round. I guess in the winter I'd want something that has a little bit more hydration, but this is a phenomenal product. It's so expensive, but it's something that I would consider purchasing in the future. I do actually think that the Garnier Moisture Bomb moisturizer is very similar to the Aqua Bomb from Belif, but this is something that I would contemplate purchasing in the future because it is phenomenal quality and one of the best moisturizers for my skin. And then the coupon code I had gotten with this purchase was this little baby size of YSL Black Opium. I do have a larger 1-ounce bottle. I've not used this yet. I definitely plan on it, and then I'm going to keep the bottle because it's so precious. So I couldn't pass up that opportunity because it's just so cute, and I do love that perfume. Now moving on to some things from Ulta. So apparently this was when they had their hair event. The first thing I had picked up was a repurchase. This is the original Tangle Teezer hairbrush. I have very tangly knotted hair, and other brushes and other combs don't really stand a chance. This is so perfect. Now sometimes I do have a lot of tangles, and this will pull my hair. It will pull hair out, but it doesn't hurt my head as much as other brushes do. And the reason I had to repurchase this is because the bristles had gotten kind of frayed out. I had dropped this so many times times that it was cracked, so I just decided to repurchase it. And then I believe it was on sale and I used a coupon on top of it, but this brush is absolutely worth the price tag to me. You can buy it from Ulta. It's fantastic. Holy grail product I highly recommend. Then from the hair event, I picked up some dry shampoos on sale. The first is the Batiste Original Clean and Classic Dry Shampoo. This is good. I do enjoy it and it is very inexpensive, and when I bought it during this sale it was half off, so that's even better. I don't think this is amazing though. Like, I think it works fine, but so many people swear by this, and I've tried several other dry shampoos where I feel like it actually soaks up the oil better. This does a decent job, but I don't know if I'm going to repurchase it after I use up this bottle. Now, I have actually purchased this quite a few different times when it's been on sale, but I don't know. I feel like I like other dry shampoos more than this one, but it's not terrible. Something I do like better, but it costs a lot more, is the Klorane Dry Shampoo with oat milk. I've tried the one with nettle oil, which is supposed to be for people with oily roots. That one's terrible. It does nothing for me at all. The original one is so much better. I'm actually probably like halfway done with this bottle. When I'm filming this, it's actually Sunday, May 19th, and on Tuesday, May 21st, this is going to be on sale for the hair event as well. So the hair event it's like 21 Days of Beauty for hair. It comes around twice a year, and it is that time of year again. So I'm going to be picking up 2 bottles of this. They'll be on sale for $10, which I know is still pricey because, you know, I could get 2 of these on sale for $10. And even though, you know, there are more inexpensive versions that work, this one just works better for me. So for the 50% off sale price, absolutely worth it, and I will repurchase it. Then at that time, there was a free gift with purchase, and I think this is actually the same free gift that's available right now, so that's exciting, or interesting at least. I guess I can't say exciting because I have not tried this yet. Are you surprised? Probably not, neither am I. This is the Klorane Sun Radiance Protective Oil with Ylang Ylang Wax. I've got one more oil older than this one, and then I'll start using this. You guys will see it in the sample project pan. I haven't used it yet, but y'all know I cannot turn down a freebie. Next, I had to repurchase a couple NYX butter glosses. I think NYX lip products were on sale 50% off or 40% off, I can't quite remember, and I repurchased 2 of my must-have shades from the NYX Butter Gloss collection. This was one of my first lip product loves, and it's still one of my all-time favorite products. These glosses have a medium opacity. They're super smooth on the lips. They're not sticky whatsoever, but they somehow tend to linger around for a little bit of time, which I appreciate. And I've purchased so many shades over the years, but I've had to toss them because they were old. But the 3 shades that I always want to have in my collection will be Creme Brulee. It's a perfect pinky peachy nude. And then we've got Merengue, which is a beautiful purpley pink color, and Maple Blondie, which is a pink tone peach. Holy grail lip glosses. I'm so happy to have them in my collection again. I feel like even though these aren't like crazy bold, I'm even more into just neutral lips like what I'm wearing today. So once these go bad again, I don't know if I'll repurchase this shade. I'll probably repurchase Maple Blondie because this isn't too bright and colorful, but I'm just getting really boring with my lip colors. But amazing formula, I definitely recommend. Then I had purchased the Tarte Amazonian Clay Liquid Foundation in the shade Fair Sand. Great shade for me. It was a very thick foundation, but it didn't give a super full coverage look. It also felt kind of heavy on my skin, and I just didn't love it. It was just okay for me. I did film an entire first impression and follow-up on that foundation. I'll have it linked up in the card, so check that out if you want to see how it looks to get more detailed information on my thoughts. But it's something I did end up returning because it was just okay, and I have plenty of foundations that are just okay that I'm trying to use up right now, and I don't want to add another. Then I had purchased the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighter in White Raven, which was more of like an iridescent, purpley, icy white highlighter, and I am passing that on to a friend. I've tried a couple different shades from the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighters. I cannot make that formula work for me. I think it just looks terrible on my skin. I have a hard time picking it up on a brush and applying it nicely, so I'm just not buying any more shades from them. Those highlights work so well for other people, but they don't work well at all for me, so I did pass that on to a friend. Then I have a bunch of things from ColourPop. Several of these products were their brand new complexion launch, and I did film an entire in-depth review video. It is a little bit long, but I would really appreciate if you guys could check it out. I'll have it linked up in the cards. I tried all these products together. I tried them with different products in my collection to give you like the most well-rounded thoughts ever. I worked so hard on that video, so I would really appreciate if you guys would check it out. You guys know I'm such a ColourPop fan. The novelty has worn off a little bit because I have been burned so many times from ColourPop, because you know the products don't look the same in person as they do online. I was ecstatic for this complexion line, and out of everything there's really only one thing that I like. So again, check out that video for more information. But the first thing I had purchased was the No Filter foundation in the shade Fair 15. This is a great color for me. It is very fair and yellow, and they even have two shades lighter than this one more pink tone and another that's more yellow, so that's amazing. And this foundation gives like a light, maybe light medium coverage. It's not the most buildable on itself. It is not the most long wearing. It doesn't help keep me matte. So this on its own is absolutely a no-go for me, but I do like this as a mixer with certain foundations. Y'all know my Hard Candy Glamouflage foundation in porcelain is my all-time favorite mixer because it has a great formula, a great consistency, a great amount of coverage. This one, because it is on the thinner side, works really well with thick foundations. So today I am wearing this mixed with the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo foundation, which I also don't love. It's a really heavy, intense foundation. But those two mixed together, great shade first off, but secondly, it's a great formula. I still have amazing full coverage right now, but it doesn't feel so heavy and cakey. It was not difficult to apply, so I'm going to use up both of those foundations in combination. I don't like them on their own, but together, amazing. So that is how I'm going to use this up, but I will not repurchase it because this just does not work well for me. And honestly, I have heard very few people that actually love this foundation. There might be some people that think it's okay, but not a ton of people that actually love it. So I was pretty disappointed by that. And then I had purchased the No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 4 and Fair 8. Fair 4 I was using for a brightening under eye concealer, and Fair 8 on my blemishes. And I've used up both of those shades, and I have since repurchased the shade Light 10. So all of these colors work well for me in different capacities. So I do think that this concealer gives a medium full coverage, has more of a natural satin finish. It does wear really well on my skin. This is my favorite product from the ColourPop complexion line. It's actually the only thing I like, but I really enjoy this. So it works great for under eyes, great for blemishes, but the way that I love this product the most, y'all are probably tired of me telling you this, I've said it in so many videos, I love this specific color to add more coverage to my cheeks. So even though the fair shades, some of them say they have a warm undertone, it's more of a neutral. This is the lightest shade in the range. It is truly yellow tone, and it would be a great match for me, except it oxidizes. So I do mix this with the white shade from ColourPop, which is incredible. If you're wanting a opaque white concealer that's easy to blend out, not too heavy or thick, the ColourPop one is incredible. So I do mix those two. I'll do like 3 lines on each cheek of Light 10, and then I'll do 2 lines in between the lines of this with the white shade, and it gives such great coverage on my cheeks. It seems like it gives better coverage building up on top of products than it does as a blemish concealer itself, and that's how I really love this, because I like to have like one even application of foundation all over, and then if I'm having areas that need more coverage like my cheeks, sometimes certain foundations don't build well upon themselves, but this builds over top of any foundation so perfectly. So that is why I absolutely love this concealer. Again, good for blemishes, good for under eyes, but I think this is like a holy grail for me to be used on my cheeks to give extra coverage. Then we had the No Filter Translucent Loose Setting Powder. This does come in 3 shades, which I think is great. This powder didn't do jack for me. And yes, translucent loose powders can be very different. I've tried several, some that I really hate and some that I really love. The Dermablend translucent loose powder sets my makeup so nicely, and this one I felt like I had to apply so much to feel like my foundation was actually set. And the Laura Mercier translucent loose powder helps keep me a little bit more matte. So this one was terrible. I used it up, but it is not something I would repurchase. I don't think you get a ton of product either, so absolutely no for me. But the worst thing I tried was the No Filter pressed powder, the sheer pressed powder in the shade Fair. So the color was fine for me, but this is very sheer. I use my like dense packing powder brush, and again I felt like I had to sit there and layer and layer and layer and layer to feel like my foundation was set to see a little color on my skin. It did not keep me matte at all. And this I didn't think worked well for oily skin, but my sister has very oily skin. I gave it to her and she actually loves it. We have very different opinions on makeup, even though we both have oily skin. So this might work well for you, but I couldn't stand it, and I'm really happy my sister liked it and could use it up. So yeah, the only thing I'd recommend is the concealer. The other things, no good for me, unfortunately. Then I had picked up two other things from ColourPop. One was their pressed powder eyeshadow in the shade Freckle. This was from one of the ColourPop I Love Sarai collections, and it was just like a neutral brown. Honestly, the reason I purchased it is because the color looked pretty, but I really wanted one of those single shadow compacts. It's over there in my collection, so I can't show you right now. I have actually decluttered the eyeshadow because I didn't need it, but that single shadow compact is incredible when I am just trying to travel with one eyeshadow, because I'm someone that will pull multiple different palettes and single shadows to create a look. So sometimes I'm traveling and I just need like a transition shade, I'll pop it in that little compact, or if I'm trying to pan an eyeshadow, like right now in it, I have repressed matte cream from a palette into a little single, so it's just easier to use because it is something I use on a daily basis. And I love that thing so much. I wish you could buy it on its own, but I don't think you can. It's amazing though. And then I repurchased the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in Prance, which is this beautiful periwinkle blue. They recently just relaunched their liners, added some new shades, and they did change the packaging where now like the whole thing would be blue instead of white. I like this better, but I understand the purpose of it. I really like these liners, but you have to be careful when using them. So this liner is very thick and it's very dry. So it is not good for the upper lash line. It will break and it will skip. But in the waterline, because that area is already pretty wet, it does glide on nicely and it lasts for a very long time. Now it doesn't stay all day on me because I have very watery eyes, but it lasts pretty well, and then it will just kind of travel down and get caught between my lashes. I don't see this down on my face throughout the day, which is amazing. I absolutely love this color. It's a very opaque, which is impressive for a pastel product. So this is a holy grail of mine. I'm so happy that they have this product and the shade in their range still. Highly recommend it for waterline purposes only. Next, I had purchased one thing from Walmart. This was a Physicians Formula Butter Collection palette in the shade Medium Deep. So you had a bronzer, a blush, 2 limited edition highlighters, and you did have the perfume. I am actually currently decluttering that and sending it to my friend Jean. She was on the hunt for it. I was really lucky. I found it at my Walmart. It went super quick though, and unfortunately I didn't love the bronzer and blush in that palette. I felt like the formula wasn't as nice as the individuals are. The highlighters were very pretty, but it wasn't something that I needed, and I know Jean would get more use out of it, and she definitely wanted the perfume, so I did pass that on to her. So that is not something that I love. I do love the original butter bronzer and the bronzer shade. I think is an amazing product, one of my favorites. Then I had purchased a few things from Target. I think I had a gift card or something. So a lot of these are repurchases. The first was the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in the transparent shade. This is my holy grail touch-up powder because it doesn't make me look too dry, but it also keeps me matte for a good amount of time. So this is a holy grail item. We'll continue to repurchase forever and ever. Then I had picked up the Milani Baked Bronzer in Dolce, which was a very light warm tone color. This did have like some gold shimmer running throughout it. I have got 2 matte bronzers from Milani, not the new ones. They were baked bronzers that were matte, that were limited edition years ago, that were incredible. I'm really happy they have finally added some matte bronzers to their collection, but it's a different formula. I haven't tried it, but I've heard it's good too. But anyway, those are so incredible and such a good formula. This one, I didn't like it whatsoever. It was super powdery, just like dust all over the place, and it wasn't very pigmented, so I ended up returning that. I did not like that one whatsoever. And then I did repurchase 2 Maybelline color tattoos. These were on clearance, and these are old as dirt. I threw away my original ones, but these are some of my first makeup products I ever fell in love with in 2011, and they're incredible. So this is Too Cool, which is a shimmery white. I love putting this under pastel eyeshadows because it really makes them pop. It makes them look more shimmery. Then we have Bad to the Bronze. You guys know I've actually panned this in the past, and it was a biatch. This is a beautiful taupey bronze color. I absolutely love this. I love the formula of these. They don't crease on my eyes. I love these two shades a lot, and I'm really sad that they discontinued those. Then I got one thing from Rite Aid. So the Rite Aid in my friend's town was closing, so I went there to try to pick up some products that were on sale, 75% off, and there was like nothing left, but they did have the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bold Gold, which I've always wanted, and it's very weird. This one is a little bit more sheer than the other, so I have to build it up a bit, which is sad. I'm surprised because I don't think gold is very difficult to formulate, but I do love this color, and I am happy to have that in my collection. Next, I had gotten a gift from my friend Sheila. So she had sent me a deluxe size sample of the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. People rave about this for oily skin. Y'all, this does not keep me matte. I like it. It's very smooth, but like it doesn't do much of anything for my skin except, again, make it feel very smooth. So I have a couple more minis of these that I will definitely use up, but it's not something I would repurchase. Then she also sent me a mini of the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. I'm actually using this right now. It has a plastic bristle brush. It is more of a wet formula, but because it's a plastic bristle, product doesn't like cake up on here. So this is really nice for giving some length to the lashes and separating them. I do enjoy this mascara, but it's not something that I would repurchase. I do overall prefer a more natural bristle brush. I think it just does more for my lashes, but that's why I do use this kind of brush in combination with something else. Then she had also sent me the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I love the way that this looks on my lashes. I think it's a good mascara, but unfortunately it's such a dry formula. It dries out very quick, it gets flaky very quick, so it's not something I would repurchase, and it's a good product, so that is a shame. Then I had gotten some gifts from my friend Sierra. She had gifted me the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Palette. I did pass that on to my friend Jean. I wasn't in love with some of the colors. They were a little wild for me, and as I told you, that formula just does not work well for me. Then she had also given me the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Sea Siren, which is this beautiful duochrome pinky blue color. I absolutely love this. It's super dynamic, and you can find this one at TJ Maxx. Currently, I've seen it a couple times. It's a great product. Definitely recommend it. And even though this one is a glitter and glow, it performs more like a shimmer and glow. And then the big daddy she got me was the Tarte Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette. This is so gorgeous. And the shades inside are very pretty, but it's kind of confusing because half of it you've got blues, not half of it, you've got 3 blues, 1 gold, and then the rest of them are like cranberry, burgundy, taupey colors. So you would think this is seashell, it's a summer palette, but for me this is a winter palette, except for those couple blues. So that makes me not reach for this as much because, you know, part of the palette is good for one season, the other part is good for a different season. I just need to use it more because the quality is good. This smells like cocoa powder, very delicious. It's good quality and it's a beautiful palette. I'm super happy to have it, but I just need to give it more proper love. I just need to be mindful of it. Like, again, when I'm thinking of my winter eyeshadows, I don't automatically think of this palette, even though that's when I would use this. So just got to keep that in mind, but it is really nice quality. Next we have my Sephora Play for the month of June 2018, and the first thing I had gotten was the foil sample of the Marajo Nourishing Cleansing Cream and Deep Treatment Butter. This was a little bit too hydrating for my oily roots, so I would not repurchase it. Then I had gotten the Living Proof No Frizz Nourishing Styling Cream. I most likely gave this away to my friend Sierra. I just don't really use leave-in hair products very much, especially like styling things. Like if it's like a some sort of like a blow dry treatment, or not a blow dry, an air dry treatment. I try to use oils and stuff in my hair at night from my ears down, but if it's something like a product I have to blow dry in my hair, not happening. And because my hair is so oily, I don't add a ton of oils or creams and things. So a lot of the living proof things I've gotten from Sephora Place, I do end up giving away because it's just not the type of hair product that I use. Then I have the Clinique Take the Day Off makeup remover. This was their liquid makeup remover. It's a fine product. I just don't like liquid makeup removers. I like cleansing gels and cleansing balms. I don't like having to use a cotton pad and all that. I would rather just use the product itself. So I will use it up. It's good for moving swatches. I do use it on my eyes sometimes. Like right now I'm using one from Lancome because I'm out of my makeup remover wipes, so I'm making it work, but it's not my favorite method. Then I had gotten this little baby size of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. Still has a seal on it. At first I did not like this product. I didn't like the scent of it, but it's definitely grown on me. It is really intense, so I wouldn't coat my whole body in this, but this is something I plan on using this summer. It is a really nice formula. Then I had gotten the Cover FX Perfect setting powder in the light translucent shade. I've mentioned this before because I panned it. This is not my favorite translucent powder. When I've applied it under my eyes, it makes my eyes feel very tight for some reason. They don't look dry, they just feel tight, which is a little weird. But when I apply it all over my face, I don't have any problem with it. If I get more of them, I'll use it up, but I prefer the Derm Blend and the Laura Mercier translucent loose powders over this one. And the last thing I had would be this Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Queen Bee, which is this beautiful mauve. I do really like the Too Faced Melted Matte formula. It is a liquid lipstick formula. It dries down completely. It isn't the most comfortable, but it isn't the most uncomfortable either. It's not the most drying, so I definitely do recommend this one. I feel like these can go bad kind of quickly, so I would be aware of that. But I really am happy I have this in a mini size. I did have it in the full size and it did go bad on me. Then I had won the Benefit Gimme Brow PR set. If you guys remember, someone had used it on their eyelashes and got like an eye infection. So Gimme Brow went off the shelves for like a year or something, and then they brought it back and they added more colors. And this was the very first time, oh no, I did win a Dermablend brand giveaway, but like, that was in collab with somebody else, but really this was one of the first times I had ever won a giveaway from a brand's page. Like, you know how many people enter that, so I was very surprised. I won the entire set. So I did give most of these away to friends and family, and I did keep the shades 1 and 2 for myself. The one I'm using right now is the shade number 1. I'm actually using this in my brows today along with a brow pomade. This is a great product. I have other tinted brow gels that I enjoy, but I recently had been using this and the Maybelline Brow Precise Fiber Volumizer at the same time. That one cakes so much product onto my brows. They look very cakey and disgusting. This is very natural. It does draw attention to the brow hairs. It does give some more volume. It does add a really nice amount of fibers in there. This is a great product that I definitely do see as worth the hype, and I'm hoping the 2 containers I have will last me a while, but this is something that I do think I would repurchase, especially like the last 21 Days of Beauty. This was on sale for half off. If they do that again, I will pick it up because it is a really good product. Even though people say that Anastasia is the queen of brows, I agree. I think she's amazing. For me, color-wise, Benefit is better, and they have just, again, released more shades, which is amazing because the blonde shades in the Anastasia ranges tend to go green, which is very weird. And then sometimes taupe is a little too cool tone and too dark for me. So I have a little bit of a hard time color-wise with the Anastasia, but from Benefit, either shade 1 or 2 works perfectly for me. So absolutely love this product, highly recommend. I talked about that for way longer than I meant to. And then I had gotten some things from Pixi. The first thing was the Glow Mist. This is a little too oily for me. So I had used one up completely, and then I had gotten this one from this PR set, and I did end up giving that to a friend because it just isn't made for my skin type. Then the other 3 things we have here are still in the box because y'all know I'm the worst at using skincare, and I need to find a balance between using all my minis and using all of my full sizes because Like, I'm so focused on my minis, I'm not reaching for the full sizes. The first thing is an overnight glow serum. This is something I've actually used up in the past, and then they sent me another one of these. This is really nice. I use this at nighttime. It feels really nice on my skin. It's not too greasy or anything like that. Then we have the Jasmine Oil Blend. I'll be interested to try this and see if it's too oily for me. Right now I'm using the Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Night Oil, and that's like a straight up thin oil, and it didn't weird me out like I thought it would, so that's good news. So I'll definitely try that out and see if I enjoy that. And then we have the Glow O2 Oxygen Mask with probiotic and caffeine. Oh, something in my eyelash. I mean, something in my eye. An eyelash in my eye. Obviously I haven't used this yet either. Y'all know I'm the worst at masking, so I do need to test these products and give you guys my thoughts on them eventually. I know. I'm the worst. Please forgive me. So guys, this is a very, very, very long thoughts on hauls, but I did give you my thoughts. Probably too many thoughts on all the products I featured here today. I would love to know your thoughts if you've tested out these products in the comments down below. And thank you all so much for watching this video. I apologize that I have had such a lapse in my videos. We've been very busy during the weekends. Work is very stressful right now, like pushing me to the edge stressful. We're very understaffed. We have so many new clients right now. There's a lot of drama. Like, every client needs like all your attention. Nobody is very self-sufficient right now. So it's a lot going on. I've got some other personal stuff going on I might let you guys know about in a little while, but I'm hoping to try to catch up on videos. It's gonna be a while, like y'all, since the beginning of the year I've been behind on videos, and that's very sad to me. It's very frustrating, and you know, there are weekends when I'm here and then I'm just so exhausted I don't feel like filming a video. So I'm glad I could get my act together today and film this for you guys. But thank you for watching. I appreciate your love. Goodbye.